What started out as a group of ladies doing good deeds has grown into one of the largest food pantries in Pune. Recently, their work has been vital to helping people displaced by the eruption. Our Allison Blair introduces us to the group who call themselves Bodacious Women of Barola. Allison.
That's right, Steph. They've got quite the name, don't they? And they are on quite the mission. Volunteers have been working every day since the eruption began, distributing food, clothing, and other necessities in communities throughout Pune.
When that first ground shook, we were already calling each other. We came down here, met with each other, and says, okay, we need to go in action.
When people in Pune need a hand up, they often turn to these women.
You're not always going to have a family member or a friend to stay with.
Using money out of their own pockets, the Bodacious Women of Bahoa launched their first food bank in 2013. Since then, they've helped establish monthly pantries in neighborhoods throughout Pune. Over the years, the nonprofit has been instrumental in providing relief following disasters like Hurricane Iselle.
It is important because, people who can't go out to market and get what they want, this is the place to be.
Since the eruption began, the number of folks living with marine nihi has more than doubled from 7 to 15.
I came several times, so I figured since I'm coming to get, I might as well give my time. So I take care of this area right here.
Nanavali's always been used because this has always been our hub.
Volunteers are at the Community Association's log house 7 days a week from 9 in the morning until 3, helping people with the basics.
Right now, the biggest need is tents, tarps, bungee cords, and water.
Every day, dozens of people are served. With no end in sight, Tracy, along with the rest of the Bodacious Women, say they're committed to the cause.
We will continue until all needs have been met, just like Hurricane Iselle.
Volcano Observatory reports that Fissure 8 continues to erupt with a full channel flowing to the ocean at Kapoho. Currently, there is no immediate threat, but persons near the active flow should heed warnings from civil defense. Due to frequent earthquake activity, residents in the volcano area are advised to monitor utility connections of gas, electricity, and water after earthquakes. You may monitor VOG and air quality conditions online using the Hawaii Interagency VOG Information Dashboard linked on the Civil Defense website. The FEMA Disaster Recovery Center is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and is located at the Keao High School gym. Free medical, dental, and eye care will be available today, June 23rd at Tropicare 2018 at Keao High School between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Tropic Care will also hold a free legal clinic tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Tropic Care is open to everyone, regardless of whether or not they are affected by the Kilauea eruption. We are on watch 24 hours a day for your safety. This is your Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano is reported to have produced enough lava over the past 50 days to fill 100,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. USA Today reported Thursday the figure amounts to 250 million cubic meters of lava, making last month's eruption one of the largest Hawaii has seen in decades. Since May 3rd, Kilauea has continuously erupted, destroying nearly 600 homes and forcing over 2,000 people to evacuate. Hawaii volcano USGS warned blistering lava had been seen shooting out of Kilauea, reaching heights of 108 feet. Hawaii Kilauea volcano update: explosions, small earthquakes, blaze continue 7 weeks after first eruption. 7 weeks after the Kilauea volcano in Hawaii erupted, it's still spewing the lava that has destroyed homes and roads on the Big Island. Thursday afternoon on the island, there was another explosion at the summit of the volcano that caused a plume of gas and ash. The plume didn't reach 1,000 feet in the air, however, according to the United States Geological Survey. After the explosion, there was a slight decrease in seismic activity on the island, but it increased again later Thursday evening. Members of the USGS also found that the volcano has damaged the areas around its summit. A flyover earlier this week showed that a parking lot that closed in 2008 at an overlook of the volcano was completely gone. The road that formerly led to the parking lot is still visible, but the overlook parking lot has slumped into the crater of Halemama, said the USGS. Halemama is a crater within the summit of the larger Kilauea volcano. The USGS also checked on the Jagger Museum inside the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park and found that books had flown off the shelves. The walls were cracked and the floors were buckling. In addition to explosions and eruptions happening at the summit of the volcano, there is still very high activity coming from Fissure 8. Fountains of lava are filling the flowing channel, giving the appearance of a lava river running across the island. That lava is flowing to the Kapoho coastline, where the Kapoho Bay was filled with lava earlier in June. The lava is entering the ocean, mostly at one spot on the south edge, according to the USGS. That entry was causing a lava haze, or laze, plume to form. It's a dangerous area as well because the hot lava reacting with the cold ocean water can cause violent reactions that produce debris. As of Thursday, trade winds were pushing the laze plume southwest, according to the Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency. This laze is dangerous because the plume contains hydrochloric acid along with small volcanic particles that can cause irritation to the skin, eyes, and lungs. Less active fissures spewed some lava earlier on Thursday and were glowing with heat and lava. None, however, were erupting as violently as Fissure 8. Hawaii volcano eruption sparks gas explosion at Hulemoma crater measuring 5.3 magnitude. The explosion at the Hulemoma crater created a 5.3 magnitude blast wave, according to officials at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. The rim and walls of the volcano collapsed inwards, causing further destruction at Hulemomo's hazardous gas continues to cloud the southeast of the island. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory HVO said the blast was not severe enough to cause a tsunami warning, but a large ash plume was produced which may affect the surrounding areas, they said. Fountains of red-hot lava from Fissure 8 are still pouring into the established channel of molten rig flowing down to the ocean at the Kapoho coastline. One main ocean entry on the south edge of the flow front at the coast is producing a plume of laze, a noxious cocktail of superheated seawater steam laced with sulfur, hydrochloric acid, and fine volcanic particles that can irritate the skin, eyes, and lungs, that is being blown inland. An HBO spokesman warned people to steer clear of the lava's ocean entry points. He said, "The ocean entry is a hazardous area. Venturing too close to an ocean entry on land or the ocean exposes you to flying debris from sudden explosive interaction between lava and water. Also, the lava delta is unstable because it is built on unconsolidated lava fragments and sand. This loose material can easily be eroded away by surf, causing the new land to become unsupported and slide into the sea." Palays and other lightweight volcanic glass fragments from the lava fountain at Fissure 8 continue to fall downwind of the fissure, dusting the ground near the vent. High winds are wafting lighter particles greater distances, and residents are being urged to minimize exposure to these volcanic particles, which can cause skin and eye irritation similar to volcanic ash. HBO field crews are still at the site tracking the fountains, lava flows, and spattering from Fissure 8. Observations are also collected on a daily basis from cracks in the area of Highway 130, and no changes in temperature, crack width, or gas emissions have been noted for several days.
Vacancies and resignations at Hawaii's public schools. The head of the teachers union says it all comes down to money. Our Ashley Nagaoka joins us with more. Ash?
Thank you, Kiahi. DOE employment records show more than 400 teachers resigned and left Hawaii during the 2016-2017 school year. That's an increase of 84% in resignations since 2010. That number didn't surprise Carrie Rose, a Wailua elementary school teacher who is getting ready to move to Colorado for another teaching job. The 34-year-old mother of two says she always dreamed of raising her family here in Hawaii, but on a teacher's salary, she says it's extremely difficult.
It's sad that if I want to stay here, I have to choose something other than teaching, and I don't want to choose something other than teaching because that's my passion. That's what I'm meant to do.
We've got to be able to increase teacher salaries, give more incentives to go into teaching. Otherwise, if this trend continues, there may be a day where we have 2,000 classrooms that don't have teachers.
Rosenlee says he was shocked by the latest DOE numbers. He says teacher vacancies are up 51% from 2011. The number of unlicensed teachers who did not meet state qualifications rose 63%, and the number of in-state education program graduates dropped 29%. Now, HSTA hopes voters will approve a plan to tax residential investment properties to help fund public education. It will be on the ballot in November. It's opposed by the counties who rely on property taxes and the real estate industry, which says it could raise rents for local residents.
Very little change in the lower east rift zone of the Big Island today, as lava continues to flow from Fissure 8 through Kapoho and into the ocean. Fissure 6 Maytime is starting to weaken. Hawaii County today confirms 577 homes destroyed by lava and earthquakes, and 894 people officially registered for assistance with FEMA for the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
The disaster recovery centers open daily at Kia'au High School. That's between 8 in the morning and 8 at night. U.S. Geological Survey reports Pele's hair and other volcanic gas fragments that can irritate your skin and eyes are still dusting the ground within a few hundred yards of Fissure 8 and could be carried as far away as Pahoa and Hawaiian Acres.
Here's a live look at Halemaumau crater, the summit of Kilauea tonight. The camera filled with a plume of ash. And as explosions keep happening, scientists at Hawaii Volcano Observatory report the crater continues to widen as walls continue to collapse. Hawaii County is urging state lawmakers to hold a special legislative session.
The county says it needs further emergency funding assistance due to the ongoing destruction being caused by the Leilani Estates eruption. Council members say more funding will be needed for road repairs, shelters, and a loss of taxable real property.
Lava has now covered nearly 6,000 acres and destroyed hundreds of homes. Senate President Ron Kouchi says the legislature is ready to help, but concrete solutions to specific issues must be created before any special session could happen.